My name is Debbie Amaral. I'm the president and CEO of the Mystic Valley YMCA. We serve Malden, Medford, and Everett. I've been involved with a YMCA since I was in college. I walked down to my local Y and I started to be an after-school counselor. And now, 37 years later, I'm still involved with the YMCA. I'm the 18th CEO of the Mystic Valley YMCA and the first female CEO. When the pandemic happened in March of 2020, what we did at our Ys, we repurposed things. Our child care center became our pantry or market, as we call it. We were bringing food out the front doors. Our bus drivers helped to drive us to different locations to pick up food. I was delivering to COVID-positive families to make sure that they didn't leave their homes. And so we really just changed how we were doing things. On February 3rd, we opened with Greater Boston Food Bank a market in Medford. And within weeks, the pandemic hit. The contract we had with the Greater Boston Food Bank was for 250,000 pounds a year to be distributed. Starting when the pandemic happened, that became what we did in a month. And we went from having about 1,000 households we were helping a month to our high point was over 7,000 households. The need, I think, has evolved. So it went from a pandemic need, now it's an inflation need. For some families just trying to catch up with not having worked during the pandemic. I love what I do every day. I love the people I meet. I love the opportunities I have. I can't imagine doing anything else other than being in an organization that serves the community.
My name is Ana Berreondo. I grew up in El Salvador in Central America. I came here when I was a teenager. I'm a mother of 3 kids. I love pretty much everything about being a mother. Like, I love every moment to spending with those 3 little kids of mine, my favorite people. I found out about Head Start because a friend told me how wonderful all the teachers are in Head Start. The teachers, you see them and they receive your kids with so much love and they do value your opinion as a parent. I became the chairperson of the Head Start Policy Council. What we do in there, we go over the budgets and we go over the hiring process of new staff. We go over what are they doing with different programs. Then we pass all that information that we have learned to the older parents. It was hard during the pandemic because we were informing the parents and giving them all the resources that they have, providing them places, sites, and everything that they can just go if they were testing positive, provide them all the different programs that they were able to do even during the pandemic. It feels wonderful to be able to give a little bit of myself to Head Start of everything that they have give to me and to my family.
My name is Nora Moynihan-Blake. I moved here in 2001 and I've been living in Charlestown since then, and that's how I got hooked up with the Kennedy Center. I first learned about the John F. Kennedy program through the toy drive in Charlestown. As a family, we'd go out and shop for another family. Growing up in Buffalo in the 70s, in the city, being the oldest of 6 kids, I certainly lived when Santa was coming and dollars were tight. So I wanted to make sure that my son understood what it's like for other families. When I started with it, there was probably 100 families. And now we're over to 300 families, and we went from 150 kids to over 900 kids. So that's always been something that's close to my heart. During COVID, I've been able to work with the John F. Kennedy Center on trying to make sure that people got food. A lot of the children in Charlestown depend on the breakfasts and lunches at school. And when the schools weren't open, that was a real hardship on those families. So they sprung right to action and they were able to put together a lunch program. So I assisted with that, with logistics and picking some of the menu items, how to develop a supply chain and then how to execute. And also logistics on how to get the food, because we do have some food suppliers in Charlestown. So that's the type of stuff I worked with. And I was really glad that the John F. Kennedy Center had the ability and stayed open during those times. I think that volunteering changes people's lives. I know it changed mine. And I think when you're helping somebody else, then you actually are helping yourself.
My name is Jenny Young. I grew up in Orangeburg, South Carolina, and I moved to Boston 50 years ago. I was a food service manager for a chain of daycare centers for 30 years. After I retired, I always wanted to give back to the community. So I said when I retired, that's what I was going to do, so that's what I'm doing. Project Care and Concern is about giving back to the community. It's helping people out. There's always food and bread and stuff on Wednesdays. We go out and get it from a van and brings it in, put everything in its place. It's a wonderful feeling because some of them I really know that they really needed it. When the pandemic started, I didn't go to the bread place for maybe about a month after that. It really affected me because people was calling my house, "Where's the bread? Jenny, you're not going to the bread, get bread today?" I can't, you know. So it really hurt for a while, but then they started letting her come in with the bread, so then we went back to help her. So it's a wonderful feeling. They just help out. I did it because I wanted to help out, that's it.
My name is Leandra Rivera. I grew up just north of Boston in the city of Melrose.
My name is Troy Shon Brown. I'm from Anderson, South Carolina, and I've lived here in the Boston area for about 3 years.
Hillsong is a local church right here in Boston. We're right on Tremont Street. We actually meet Sunday mornings at the Royale nightclub. So we take this concert hall nightclub and turn it into a church on Sunday mornings. We're part of a global church movement.
Faith has been a big part of my life. I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. My grandma, she always made sure that we were in church every Sunday. She had me on every junior serving board you can imagine. So it's always been a big part of my life.
From the beginning days of when we were still building up who we were as a church, it was we need to make sure we're a part of the community. We really want to find who's doing this already in the city, who has the connections, who knows the community, that we can come in and support them, and who's doing it so well. And when I began to ask around, everyone said ABCD. I was told that there was an opportunity in North Dorchester and Roxbury to get involved with what was happening in the food pantry.
Our main role with ABCD is delivering groceries to their senior clients. Most are homebound, to make sure that those that aren't able to visit the pantry still get their groceries, and also help with any large events that they have, such as the block party, as well as our yearly Thanksgiving event. I feel like the people that we're serving, the ABCD clients, have sort of become family to me. As I've built a relationship with the people we deliver to, I feel like I have a bunch of adopted grandparents. You go to these things expecting to kind of be the blessing to community, when it turns out like it works both ways. The people that we serve are also a blessing to our lives.
We would always say before we would pray and go out to our cars is, let's bring our smiles even behind the masks. Let's bring someone a little bit of joy in the little way that we can, and let them know that we're here and that we care. Now over 2 years of being able to serve the community in this way, and it's just been incredible to see how far the program has come.